Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode in Spakovo, Poland. Alright, so we are in October and it's time to dig into our soybeans. But first I do have to check on our animals just to make sure that everything is okay with them. I think we had a notification from the pigs. Let's check if everything is as it should be. Wow, look at the beautiful mist. Very nice. Alright. Okay, we have another diarrhea in the house, so let's try and find the piggy that has it. Alright, so it's 310010, the pig, and it did contract porcine epidemic diarrhea. Let's start treatment. This is gonna cost us yet another 150 euros per month to treat, and I think the treatment lasts for approximately 2 months. In any case, it is what it is. Alright, so the first order of business is getting our Lamborghini with a new trailer to the place of work. Let's see how far this grape has come. Okay, we are still going through 5,500. Do I remember how much we had? I think I don't. Let me just quickly check. Yeah, no, I can't remember. I would have to check the previous video, but I also ain't gonna do that, because I'm lazy. Anyway, our beautiful trailer is waiting for us, the Farm Tech. And I'm looking forward to using it today. Okay, so it's a bit chilly and I should close the doors. Look at that, there are some weeds in the harvested field. Interesting. I wonder if our sorghum field has any weeds in it, because we have mulched it and it shouldn't have anything growing at the moment. Looking fairly green from afar, doesn't it? And no, it has nothing growing in. Good, as expected. But let's see how the field looks like. And of course, I do wonder mostly about the moisture, what the moisture looks like. It should get off the road a bit more. Just to make it easy for any trucks to pass, because if you remember, there is a quarry down the way and there's also a sawmill down the way. Okay, so the crop seems to be pretty good. Don't really see the soybeans though. It must be here somewhere. I don't know. I don't know the crop that well. But look at this, the moisture is again ridiculous. 1.9%. And perfect moisture would be 13. Oh well. It is what it is. As I've said, I can't really wrap my head around how all this is working in the background. The moisture. It seems to be or too high or too low all the time, so there is really not... Can't really get the perfect one. Maybe I should spray it with water first. I technically could. Do I try? But if I take my tractor and drive it on the field, I will destroy the crop by crushing it. What to do? Maybe the Zetor has the smaller tires, the narrow tires that don't do any damage to the crop. I don't know. I should probably call on Pavel or maybe on Mr. Antoni in the meantime and ask him about what they would do in this situation, or what do they do. Oh yeah, nothing like a good long morning walk to the Sunset Farm. At least we can take in the views, right? There's some very fast clouds today. Alrighty. Okay. Getting pretty sweaty. While we're here, let me just have a quick look at how much 122 liters of goat milk. Not much. We would probably have to have hundreds if we would like to do anything with goat milk. So yeah, I don't think so. The piggies. Which reminds me, I'm gonna have to find some kind of well, I already found the trailer, but I'm gonna have to buy it before anybody else buys it. So I'll have enough space in my trailer to actually move all the pigs in one go. Okay, let's take this beauty out on the road again. I did tweak a few settings, but harvesting soybeans is pretty much almost the same as harvesting sorghum. At least the size of the beans is almost the same, I think, which made it quite easy to actually get everything set up. And when I return, I do have to remember to refuel it. We used about half a fuel tank in the previous 2 sessions. So yeah, we should have plenty to finish this field and then come back to the farm and refuel it. I'm not really afraid. I ain't scared. It's deceptively quiet when you drive this combine down the road. But when you start everything up, the header unit and the thrasher unit, you go death. Yeah, it's extremely loud, this machine, but it works. It works. And for a approximately 50-year-old machine, half a century old machine, it's a very good piece of equipment. Oh, yeah, anyway, I did talk with Mr. Antoni. I asked him about the moisture, and he said that you would destroy so much crop by driving over, especially with our small sprayer, that it just ain't worth it. Just bite the bullet and do what you need to do, and that's it. So yeah, this is why we're gonna simply take the combine and drive it straight into the field as is. Moisture, good or bad, happy or sad, whether it's an emotional wreck or useful spick in this black hole existence we call life. Anybody know where this is from? Anybody? Okay, so let's start this baby up. Let's get the shakes going. And as usual, I'm not gonna be talking too much because it's very loud. So let's just... Oh, I'm already missing some. Let's have the combine doing all the talking today. I'm afraid we're getting very little in terms of soybeans off the field. Yikes. I hope we'll have enough for the pigs. Right, well, the first lap around the field is more or less done. We got around, well, I can't really say how much, but we have some soybeans in the hopper. And yeah, I don't know if this is a normal yield or there's something wrong with everything. But yeah, I do hope we get around 2000 so we can actually fill up the crate that we have prepared for soybeans at the farm. And after that, if we have anything left to sell, it's just gonna be a bonus. Because if you think about it, we now have 2000 liters of each crop except soybeans. We are working on that. But if we dump everything in, it should last our pigs for quite a while. Even though they mainly do eat the... You know what, I actually don't know if they eat everything in proportion. So for example, if I drop 2000 liters of potatoes that consist of 50% of their diet, and if I drop 2000 liters of soybeans, which consist... I don't know, I think soybeans are actually one of the main food sources, so let's say 50% of their diet. Do they eat soybeans 10 times faster, or does everything go down the same time? This is now a great question to ask. Because if they eat everything in proportion, so at the same time, that means that if we drop, let's say, 2,000 liters every year in, we should be good for a whole year, because that's 8,000 liters of food, and yeah, that's gonna last them for a while. But if they eat soybeans 10 times as quickly as they do potatoes, that means that we can hold on potato planting maybe next year and focus more on soybeans, or possibly even, I think, corn or sunflowers can be used in addition or instead of soybeans. So yeah, we might focus 2 fields on that if they eat that more than the rest. But we're gonna have to check. And when I'm done with this, I'll probably fill the pig trough, and we'll see how fast they go through each of their respective food crop pack. Our hopper is getting fairly full, so I will stop and go unload it. So I think we are over 2,000 liters, which is a win. Judging on how we started this harvest, I was not expecting we were gonna get much more than 2,000 liters, but I guess we are going to get it. We have harvested most of the field though, so yeah. What I want to do now is go past the tractor so I don't hit it with the auger. And reverse it back over the trailer. I need to go a bit more to the right. Yeah, this looks pretty much perfect. Yeah. Right in the center. Okay, let's fold the auger and reverse back and get in the field. Now let's take this last, I'm guessing 3 passes, maybe 4, and let's finish the soybean harvest. Alright. The last few meters of the field. And finished. Alright, let's slowly turn off the thresher unit. Look at how calm it is. So yeah, as expected, we still have enough fuel to make it back home. And I will dump everything out. I could go this way. Straight into the bush. But yeah, we are done with this year's harvest. Yeah, I was saying that I will definitely take the mulcher to the field and make sure that we have a nice little clean mulched area we can turn into turned into another seed bed. Okay, so let's see how much soybeans did we actually get off the field. Well, you know, not good, not great. I think I could actually fit all this in the old red trailer that we sold. Did we sell it yet? No, I don't think we got paid for it. And I have to call Mr. Ben if he actually did the appraisal and everything. But first, let's get this old class back home. And yeah, I'm gonna open it up at the farmyard to clean it out, to dust it off. I'm not gonna be washing it because I have read that if you leave moisture in joints and in the bushes, it can damage stuff when things freeze over, so yeah. And it's more prone to rust if you actually leave it moist. So I'm only gonna dust it off and clean out all the debris that I can reach. And that's mainly gonna be it. Alrighty, so I kinda wanna remember where our fuel tank is. Let me go outside and see. I'm guessing it's not under here. And I'm also guessing it's not gonna be under this flap, no. Only moving parts. Where is the fuel tank? The great question of the year. Here. Oh, it's here. Okay, good. Yeah, this is the fuel cap. So I positioned the combine correctly to refuel it. Alright, let's start fueling it. So we can actually see how much fuel we have left in this. And I don't really know what size of the fuel tank is on the combine, but it looks like it's a pretty good sized fuel tanker. Alright, well, judging by the state of the tank, we used 154 liters of fuel to fill the combine up. I'll just move it a bit more inwards so I can actually open all the flaps, and we're gonna make sure that everything is nice and cleaned out. Yeah, I think this is gonna be pretty good. Okay, let's go and open all the flaps. Okay, well, everything is nice and accessible. I'm gonna get my brushes, my tools. Let's start cleaning the combine up. Alright, well, the combine is looking very much cleaned up. There is, of course, some dirt that's very stubborn, and I'm not gonna bang my head around it just to make sure that everything is a-okay. So let's close everything back up and let's take it to its... Awesome. Let's take it to its sleeping place where it can wait out the winter nice and dry. Okay. These mirrors are not too big. They don't really give you a proper view to the rear. So yeah, October, eh? We are a few years deep into this tourist farm and things are going pretty well. I might have to get some more cows because we are constantly low on manure. So yeah, that might be a thing. Okay, let's... This is always a trick. Okay, I'm a bit close to the left pillar, so let me realign. Perfect. Beautiful. Yeah, the combine did us extremely well this year. Well, it's the first season, but I am very, very happy with what we got accomplished with it. Okay, now a great long hike awaits me, and I'll see you when I get to the tractor. Okay, you know what? I was rambling about the food consumption, and I spotted a problem. As I did go through their feeding trough, and let me show you what I mean. So, base food, that's 50% of the animal's overall feed need or something like that, is out. And root crops, we given them approximately the same amount of everything, just for reference. Root crops, they have the most, which means they are using it the least. Protein is 5% less consumption than grain. And that is, you can see there's a bit more grain used than protein, and base food is completely out. Base food is completely out. I have to check again what the base food is for pigs. Please hold. Base food is corn or sorghum. For grain, we can use wheat, barley, rye. Protein is soybeans, canola, sunflower, or buckwheat. And root crops, potato, sugar beet. So root crops, we have plenty of that. Sorghum, we only have 2,000 liters, which I do believe it's not gonna last us for the whole duration. So I have made a boo-boo by selling whatever was left of sorghum, and I'm gonna have to buy it back. Fudge. F-U-D-G-E. Yeah. Well, yeah. Can't really do anything about it. It is what it is. I didn't know. Now I know. I should have checked, but I didn't. And as usual, I will take my failures and accept them because they are mine, all mine. I can hear a dog barking. Okay, I hope I don't get eaten. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah. Well, yeah. So, judging by this, if we actually get, now that we have a planter, we might be able to put some corn in the ground, and I do think corn will yield a lot more than buckwheat does. Excuse me, sorghum does. Yeah, sorghum. So if we get a big field, maybe even 2 big fields of corn, we should be able to buy a corn header for the combine. But we need to have some kind of storage for the harvested corn, which means that we would probably have to refurbish our old silo. If it can be salvaged, otherwise we just might have to get something completely new built. Or new to us, but old in the sense of when it was created. Yeah. Sounds like a solid plan, actually. Because yeah, wheat, I hope 2,000 liters of wheat would hold us. Because we mainly have small piglets, and they don't really eat that much. But adult pigs, they eat quite a lot. Or so I've heard. Well, I'm rambling. I see you down at the tractor. Good, I just gotten the call from Mr. Ben. We got 1,700 and a bit euros for the old trailer. So nothing much, but I did not expect much because it's an old trailer. Right, so soybeans are consumed or consist 20% of our pig's diet. So yeah, now I'm thinking I should keep everything. Oh man, fear has taken over me. Well, yeah, if nothing else, when we come back to the farm, I'll make sure that I put some sorghum into the big trough. Probably dump the whole crate in. And yeah, let them have it. And we're gonna see. Before the winter comes, I should probably dump all feed types into their trough. But since our limiting factor is sorghum, I do believe we're gonna be quite in a bit of a pickle. I might have to buy feed for our animals. Oh well. It's probably not more expensive than getting a combine, you know. You know what, it's always a good thing to say, to admit that you're not a professional at what you're doing. Everything can be forgiven after that. But yeah, so far we have kept all our animals alive, which I do think is a success. Considering I never had any animals before this. Yeah, see now this grain chute is gonna be the perfect way to fill this crate. Look at this. Okay, we still have something left. I'm just thinking, do I even bother with storing all these crops, or should I just give it to the pigs? Considering they'll go through it sooner or later. The only thing I don't have to worry about is potatoes. Yeah, we have plenty of those. Yeah, let's give it to them. Okay, let's check what the feed says now. Okay, so protein 2281. We're gonna give them some more grain and some more base food, which is sorghum in our case. But yeah, thinking about it, corn really might yield a lot more than sorghum does, so we could get more crop from the same area size. At least I hope. I hope I'm not mistaken. Let's dump this here. Oh, whoa. Don't dump it, don't dump it. What's going on? Let's try and correct this. Okay, it feels more stable now. Come on, piggies. Come feed. Alright, so we have exactly 2,000 liters of base food. Now we can measure, you know, if we come tomorrow and see that this has gone down by, let's say, 400, and this has gone down by, let's say, 160, we'll know exactly that our assumption is correct, that they do consume feed based on how much of their diet it consists. Which sounds logical, but you know how it is with animals, I don't know. Yeah, let's put these over at the back. Let's put that one over. Would be a bit easier because we could probably see we can actually put this top. Gotta mind the window back there. Yeah. Not the best. But when these crates are empty, they are light enough. You can actually move them. Ah, okay. Alright, now what do we get next? Do we get the rye or do we get the wheat? Let me just check real quick. Doesn't matter. We can use either or, but because it's easier to get wheat, I'm gonna take the wheat out and give that to our piggies. Oh, the weight. Let's lower it down so we don't tip over. Yeah, it's amazing how much weight one crate of wheat can have. It doesn't feel logical, you know. Okay, let's keep it low to the ground so our weight distribution is better. Perfect. Well, this is gonna be it for this episode. In the next one we're gonna do basically clean up of the farm, prepare everything for winter, and in November I do believe we're gonna have to take the vines off. They are gonna be in need of pruning by then, and somewhere in between we'll also have to put the plow in the ground to loosen up all the soil, even though I am kind of toying with the idea that we just cultivate the topsoil. That also might be good. But we'll see how much soil compaction we have, and we'll decide on that information. Okay. Alright, well, thank you all for watching. I hope you liked the time with me. If you have not yet subscribed, please consider and help my miniature channel. And if you squeeze a like or maybe comment, it's also gonna help tremendously a lot. But even if you choose not to do that, I appreciate you being here, and see you next time. Take care of yourselves, and goodbye.